G'day guys, it's been a little while since my last video, but don't have a lot of time and haven't been doing too much. But this is what I've sort of done. I've made a couple of like training knives, and so I can take to work and spar and play with someone. Haven't really got to do too much, but anyway, they do the job. And these are just made out of PVC stormwater pipe. I've cut them out of there, heated them up with a heat gun. Basically they just came out, I heated them flat, then bent them over on the spine. The spine was just halfway, and I just folded them flat. A little bit of dicking around, and you just squeeze them as tight as you can together. I just used a piece of wood to push them against the table. You only need to hold it for about 5 to 10, or maybe 15 seconds, and then it will sort of cool and sort of take its shape, and you just got to, you know, just play around with it a little bit. I just tried to close up the blades as tight as I sort of could, and left the handles a little bit open. And I just put them on my wire wheel and just sort of like cleaned up the edges just so you don't cut each other really. You know, they seem to be quite alright. So, what I'm going to try and do is make 2 sheaths out of this piece here. So that's just another bit of the pipe. Cut it in half, use the heat gun to, and just stood it on the concrete just to flatten it out a little bit. And I'm just totally winging it. I can't remember how I made my last leather taco style holster, but basically I lined up the spine with here and here, gave it roughly about an inch around the outside of the shape, turned it over, done exactly the same thing, gave it about an inch. That's going to be the belt loop or belt clip. I'm just going to cut this all out. Then I'll fold it. That's going to be the center line down there. I'll fold it over, and that's going to be the belt clip, which I'll just go halfway, fold it over, maybe even 3/4 or something like that. Fold it over and just play with it just enough so again, so it holds its shape, but I'll fold it over the top of a belt, and I'll just pinch it on the far side of the belt, and then that way should be able to either A, put it on the inside carry or outside, whatever, however you want it, have it set up, and then you can practice drawing and sparring. So that's the plan. So anyway, I'll cut this out, come back. Cool. Alrighty guys, this is where I'm at so far. So, not finished, nowhere near it, but I do have it folded over, got the basic shape, and it is going in and staying, you know, you can actually hear it already. When it pops in, it makes a sort of a little bit of a click. So that's fairly close. You know, I'm not trying to make a masterpiece or anything, but I did want to make it functional. So what I'll do here is I'm gonna probably cut. It's nearly sticking out the bottom there, so I'll pick it up a little bit. And I'll probably cut this outer layer here. I'll probably cut it off around there, so it gives you more of the handle to grab onto. Then I'll fold that over and get back. I don't know if you could see all that, but anyway. Righto, so this is where I'm at now, and I found out an angle grinder with just a normal thin metal cutting disc works way better than what I was doing before. I was using a jigsaw and having heaps of issues with it. It's night and day difference. Anyway, so this is where I'm at. So that's what it looks like. I just had to flare that little part there, and I'll probably give that a little sand with a file or something like that, because it was just the sharp edge was catching on this sharp edge. But yeah, you should see that sort of fits really nice. That's not coming out, so yeah, so now all I've got to do is fold this part over, fold it back over here, and just maybe put a little bit of a roll there. You probably won't be able to see that, but it'll give it a fairly high carry, you know. So it'll either work for an inside right-handed. I like to carry around the 5 o'clock position, so this will give what's that, like an ice pick grip draw from the 5 o'clock position, or then you could turn it on the inside, have it on inside carry, and then it will be yeah, I think that's a ice pick grip as well. So that's the draw. Or I guess you could have it on a outside left hand carry with a cross draw. So anyway, that's what I've got for now. I'll get back to folding this over and get back. Okay guys, so this is pretty much, this is about 80 to 90% done. So I've just ran over the uneven bits here on the belt sander. Still haven't stitched it together or anything like that. To be honest, I don't even think you need to stitch it, rivet it, or anything like that. I think that's going to hold its shape just nice. And that's the belt clip now. You can see it's got a little bit of spring to it, so that should slip over a belt, over your elastic on your pants or whatever. I did try and like bend up, rounded off these edges just here, and gave it a slight little lip just to help it go over the belt, go over the your pants or whatever. That's it. Hang on, let's see if we can hear that. That's nice and snug. That won't come out. You're probably not going to see that straight away, but okay. I'll try and adjust this down a little tiny bit, hopefully without breaking the iPad. Okay, so that's just sitting in there like that. Here we go. There we go. It's sticking out the bottom there, but I mean, what I was thinking about doing was just drilling some holes in here. Just drilling some holes in there. Just give it a saddle stitch like I did with my leather sheath. Just use fishing line, bit of whatever's lying around the place. That'll do. You could even just put a couple of pop rivets in there, but I think giving a bit of a stitch will sort of just hold it together, and plus will give me a little bit more practice to saddle stitch again so I don't forget it. Get some muscle memory up. But yeah, there we go. Probably took me, what? It's taken me about just over an hour to do, but that's including messing around with the camera, doing all the cutting, coming back, plugging things in, finding tools around the shop. So if you had all the stuff sitting in front of you, it'd probably really only take you half an hour. So anyway guys, see you later, and catch you on the next one.